outbrake there, and it was on such a clean move, John Reynolds.
I think John Reynolds learned a lot from the way Hodgson let the brakes off and rolled in, and I think that time round Reynolds had got it absolutely perfect. He used Gordon Blackley, the back marker, at the Russell chicane to perfection. We can take another look now at the pass at the end of the straight.
This is wonderful.
Well, Reynolds had a look at it a couple of laps ago. This time he got it right. Hodgson wasn't able to let the bike roll in on the inside of this right-hand corner as he'd done before, and Reynolds was clean through. But it was Gordon Blackley that could be the decisive man in this race for John Reynolds.
Yeah, just gave him the break at the chicane. And now my question is, Hayden in 4th place. Can he get on the rostrum?
Well, he's aiming for it, that's for sure. So, leading race 2 here at Snetterton, John Reynolds. He can only make 3rd, and that really fired him up in race 1. He was an angry little man, not at all happy with finishing in 3rd place. Claire Smith tried to talk to him. He was as polite as he possibly could be, but you still felt he wanted to bite her head off. I'll tell you what.
There was that back marker going around the outside.
I don't know, but John had to force him out there, didn't he? Because he was giving him a bit of a hard time through. Has come Hodgson. Hodgson is building for a closing. We've got a lap and a half to go of this race. We're on lap 21 and a 22. John Reynolds is not home dry yet.
But he did set the fastest lap last time round on lap 20. Yes, lap 20, 1 minute and 6 seconds.
Spit him out, Julian. Julian's getting his teeth all sorted for the end of this.
106.23 miles an hour.
Thank you very much. We'll just speed Julian up, chuck a bucket of water over him, and he'll be back to speed
eventually.
Hodgson in 2nd place then, looking very, very aggressive indeed, but it's John Reynolds who leads. Nearly just 1 lap to go. We've got Coram go. Oh, Reynolds right out the other side of the white line there. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The commitment from these men at the top of the tree. They are prepared to do virtually anything it takes to win races. Back markers just where Reynolds don't want them.
He's lucky last time round, not this time round.
Right
Hodgson
in the middle.
Close.
I don't think he held him up at all there as Hodgson moves his body weight across. He wants to stand the bike up so it's got the maximum amount of grip and then power it out of the chicane onto the centre straight. Through goes Reynolds. Reynolds has got him perfectly, but Hodgson gets caught. Hodgson is caught yet again. Hodgson and back markers are incompatible here at Snetterton because that has done it for Neil Hodgson. He forces his way past. You bet your life he swore just then. I certainly would have done. So Hodgson, unless John Reynolds makes a mistake, Hodgson will only finish 2nd again.
My stammer caused our last lap, Keith, by checking that Reynolds has set the fastest lap of the day in Superbike. He's gone faster than they did in the first race when Walker set the fastest lap.
That's what it takes when you want to win races at this level nowadays. All these men are capable of winning at World Superbike level, remember. Neil Hodgson proved that at Donington earlier on in the year. Troy Bayliss, the current British Superbike champion, has won a World Superbike race, having been drafted in to Carl Fogarty's place after Carl Fogarty got injured earlier in the year. But here we are on the last corner of the final lap. John Reynolds, well, this victory will be very, very sweet. He has caught and passed Chris Walker. He has caught and passed Neil Hodgson. He has won round 5, the 2nd race here at Snetterton. Superb ride from John Reynolds. Ben Atkins even wants to kiss Roger Marshall.
I wouldn't. Excited.
Yeah, I was going to say, thanks for that. He must be like me kissing you, Julian.
Oh dear, please.
Very unlikely indeed, unless I'm dead.
Big thumbs up from Hodgson to the winner, who of course will extend his lead at the top of the championship. John
Reynolds then, 22 laps. There it is. Reynolds from Hodgson from Walker. Hayden, a brave James Hayden, with 4th place. Neil Mackenzie 5th for him. John Crawford with a broken toe in 6th. Michael Rudder on Race Stringers Yamaha 7th. And Paul Brown on the Virgin Mobile Yamaha 8th. And in 9th place it was James Tozen from Steve Hislop, who slipped to 10th in the end. Francis Williamson was the fastest privateer in the 2nd race today. And if you look to Gordon Blackley, who's now 3rd in the series, he finished in 15th place and on 1 point.
Chris, you're never happy with anything but a win, but it was a very hard race, wasn't it?
No, it was great. The Ducati boys wore me down after a flying start, and no, obviously John and Neil were riding real fast, and when they upped the pace towards the end in the back markers, I just couldn't quite go with them, so a bit disappointed, but obviously happy to be on the roster. A couple of good solid finishes, and season's back on its way.
Well, Neil, congratulations for 2nd, but you were held up by back markers, dare I say.
Yeah, well, it wasn't their fault. You know, the lads were, the back markers were riding really hard. In fact, they were braking too late. You know, I thought I could possibly outbrake both of them, and I managed to nip past one, and John got the other guy. And I sort of relaxed in the middle of the race, and when John came past me, I didn't panic too much, and then it came down to the back markers. But you know, it's not their fault. They're in their own race, and they're riding really well. So it's one of those things. 2 seconds, points in the bag. And I'm quite happy, really, believe it or not.
You're making that Ducati go quicker every time we see you. What's the secret?
Just confidence, really. You know, I don't fall off a lot. Every time I ride, my confidence seems to build a little bit, and you know, I'm enjoying riding it and sliding it around.
Well, John, you were very, very hard on yourself after that first race. It is very good to see you smiling again. You took every window of opportunity there, didn't you?
Yeah, I was very disappointed with the first race. You know, I was there and thereabouts, but I just wasn't in contention, and I don't like that. You know, I know I can mix it with the rest of the boys, and anyway, we sorted myself out in the second race and managed to take the win.
You certainly can. It was furiously fast out there, isn't it?
Far too fast. Yeah, it was. I could see the lap board, and every time we were going faster and faster, and I thought, well, you know, the bike's hanging in there, so we'll keep going with it.
Well, your championship lead's going from strength to strength, another 25 points to add to the total. You must be chuffed to bits.
Yeah, but I'm not, as I say, I'm not looking for that championship at the moment. I'm just going race by race and enjoying it and enjoying winning, and let's see how we go from here on in.
We like seeing you smiling again, John. Well done.
Thanks, Claire.
What a difference a couple of hours make. If you'd spoken to him just 2 hours ago, he wasn't at all happy. Hodgson then in second place still. Chris Walker third now in front of Hayden. Hislop, Mackenzie, Crawford and Toseland are the top 8 in the British Superbike series. And the top 8 in the privateers, John Crockford, despite that spill, still leads from Davey Wood and Gordon Blackley. Francis Williamson is in 4th place. John Reynolds, the victor of race 2 at Snetterton and the series leader. What a day it's been for Rev A Red Bull Ducati. What a day it's been for British Superbikes. And we've a whole load more live from Silverstone on Sunday. Between 1 and 3 p.m, we're on Sky Sports 1, switching to Sky Sports 3 at 3 until 5 p.m. That's 4 hours of live action from Silverstone. We've studio guests to entertain you. Hope you'll join us for round 6. The British Superbikes go live.
That's what we've got to look forward to next week, of course. Don't miss it. I think we're going to enjoy it, don't you?
We certainly are. Join us then.